So, speaking of impressive, what did we have earlier? Influencers with many followers. We have some news to talk about because on the November 7th Korakuen show from Stardom, Fuwa Chan showed up. So, Fuwa Chan is a social media star, former social media star maybe. Big YouTuber. She had a giant following in Japan, and she already wrestled for Stardom a couple of years ago for like a couple of matches. She was trained by Husky back then, and she kind of got into like hot water about a year ago, over a year ago, for making some rather tasteless comments on Twitter towards another comedian. Since then, she completely went radio silent, lost like most of her sponsorships and stuff. And this was the first time she reappeared since then. So her welcome back tweet, I guess. What's it at now? Let me check that real quick. So she tweeted herself in a Stardom ring as her first tweet back, and it is at.
All I know is that after 12 hours, it had 150k likes.
Yes, it's at 194k likes now.
Okay.
It doesn't show me the impressions. Doesn't matter. It's very, very big.
The impressions it
Stardom.
It had 5 million impressions after 2 hours. I saw.
Yeah, it went off pretty hard. So this is probably a good idea from Stardom. What do you think about it? Like overall thoughts?
Yeah, so I guess she was kind of before my time because she had 2 previous matches in Stardom. So I actually did go back and watch her 2 matches, and I guess she looked surprisingly good. They like showed they showed training montages before her debut with like bruises all over her. So like even back then she seemed like she really enjoyed pro wrestling. She looked great in her debut. She had like a sick bump off of Saya's bicycle kick. This was babyface Saya, which is kind of funny to watch. Really good selling for someone's first match, I think. And then in her second match, it was All-Star Grand Queendom 2023, and she was even better. She like threw Utami with a German suplex, which, doing out in your second match is kind of good. And just some really good bumping. So she clearly likes wrestling. I mean, she loves wrestling. She went to train in the UK during her sabbatical from social media. No one does that, like, if you're not doing it for the love of the game, right? Who moves to the UK?
Yes.
Don't come here. So I'm all in on athletic celebs. I've seen it work with Takechi and DDT. So she seems truly apologetic as well, and I think she's showing it through her actions rather than just words. A year being radio silent, unlike Logan Paul, that fuck.
Right.
He what did he change after he was apologetic over that stunt in Japan and all the other shit he's done with the crypto scams? That pricks. He just acted the exact same. So I think it's completely different from that case. Obviously, it was a super bad thing to do, but
yes, maybe we should just bring it up because it's like it's relevant, especially for Stardom. She told that comedian to kill herself on social media, which is of course like, especially like in memories of Hana Kimura, a really bad thing, and it's of course it's a risky decision, I would say, for Stardom. But I'm basically what I'm gonna say. Well, like I was gonna say the same thing as you, that like it's no Logan Paul who's just like a champion in being a bad person. She really seemed to take this hard and like went completely silent and didn't try to come back after like 3 weeks after apologizing. Like I'm not gonna mention him.
What? No, I want to know what you're going to say though.
You know the wrestling social media guy who had the Discord.
Ibu?
Were, like talking about like yeah.
What when he like was like I'm gonna quit social media and rest, and then he came back 2 weeks later.
I think 2 or 3 weeks later he was back on.
Yeah, well, because they're just addicted to the attention, right? That's kind of what it is.
It's nothing like that. She actually went completely silent for over 12 months, and she seems really like remorseful and apologetic. So I I think I'm down to give her a second chance, but it's a bit iffy with Stardom, especially what she did specifically. But I mean, everyone deserves a second chance at like redemption, so why not? She also did like I wanted to mention did you see the bump she took for Utami's lariat in that one match?
Yeah, her bumping,
That was
honestly,
insane.
her bumping in general was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
She's going to be like a Saya level neck bumper or Sariano or something.
Mm-hmm. She also like she had a comedy show at the Tokyo Dome that sold more tickets than Tanashi's retirement probably will. I think it sold 53,000 tickets.
That's a burn, Tim. You just burned Hiroshi.
And I mean, I think Hiroshi will probably sell out the setup they're gonna do, but they're just not gonna set it up for that many, because like like they did have actually a ring and a little like show match with Fuwa Chan on that show, which like Husky and Sayaida were like the trainers for that, but they only need like the big stage at the back, right? They don't need to set up a ring in the middle of the arena, which eats a lot of space. So I think wrestling shows can even get up to 53,000. So
yeah, but so I guess the big news is she's debuting at Sumo Hall on the 29th of December, and we will be there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so when she made the announcement, it was unclear if she was going to go full time. To me, it seems kind of obvious that she wants to dedicate herself to wrestling. So I'm assuming she's going to be joining full time after that Sumo Hall show, or at least do the big shows or big tours or whatever, Korakuen Halls. I don't know what exactly, but she seems like she wants to fucking go hard. So
that is the impression I got for sure.
But yeah, I'm all for it. She seems apologetic, and I am a bit biased as a former gamer. I can't tell you how many times I've seen the acronym KYS thrown in my direction, so I've become very numb to it. But obviously, in the climate and context she was in, that's what makes it extra bad. So, as you explained already,
right. I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think, like a public person in Japan that completely goes like radio silent on social media and you don't see or hear anything from them, do you think like a year is like a good time for them to come back?
I feel like this is a setup. I'm going to answer just, yeah, a year is a long time. I'm going to answer it seriously. But I feel like you're going somewhere with this.
Okay. No, just.
No, that was a legit question?
Just checking.
I'm just paranoid now. I just feel like one day you're just going to ask me about music questions out of the blue.
No, I mean, I know someone who completely went silent on social media and nobody has ever seen or heard from her before.
Oh, then, you mean yeah, I know who you're talking about. Let's not mention it because it's a secret.
Okay, maybe she comes back a year later. Maybe that's just the time they choose in Japan to do that.
Can I just say, okay, seriously? I know we joke about this a lot. How the fuck has no one seen Tam Nakano? Like, not a single photo. Like, what is she doing?
It's strange. I don't know. Maybe she went to England to train in a.
Oh yeah, and then
in a dojo.
Maybe she's just like aggressively pursuing legal action against people that take photos, and she's just done.
That's honestly the first thought I just had when you said that. Yeah. Maybe she has like NDAs or something.
Exactly. She's just
everywhere she goes.
Yeah, handing them out like candy, punk style. Okay. Well, yeah. So that's good news for Fuwa Chan. So, the Stardom Tag League. Do you want to take us through it, Tim?